Hello, I'm that James guy, and today we're going to talk about car flipping and whether it's worth it, maybe some of the things I learned, because I just flipped my very first one. Wilma is gone. I sold her yesterday. Someone came and bought it. I'm not going to reveal how much I got for it quite yet, but I learned a couple things. Hard lessons, I guess you could say, because I didn't really make any money on this one. I didn't lose, I didn't really make any money. First thing, number one, first thing I learned is it is always a gamble. Whenever you're buying a broken car and you want to flip it, you're always gambling, no matter what. You could buy a low mileage Honda Civic that doesn't run. Chances are they didn't bother getting it fixed because it just wasn't worth it anymore. There's probably a whole bunch of things wrong with it already that they kind of let go over time. And then finally, the last straw, something broke, it wouldn't run, so they just dumped it. That's what happened here with Wilma. For those of you who have not been following, I bought a 2006 Chrysler PT Cruiser with a broken timing belt. I know, super smart move. It was supposed to be a quick timing belt job. You know, flip it, kick it, done. Let's see what happens. It was my very first one. But as I got into it, I realized that it had a burnt valve. So you all saw the video where I had to pull the head off and, get it fixed, get a new exhaust valve into it and get it all fixed up. So there was that. So this, if it would have just been a timing belt and, I cleaned the headlights up, you saw that in a video. A couple things, the door handle was a video. Those were basically free. The headlight kit was $30 and a bit. But had it been straightforward, had the gamble gone my way, it would have only cost me around $1,800 to fix it. Here. Up here. That's how much it would have cost. Right? So, there would have been some money in it for me. I'm not going to reveal the selling price quite yet. But as it went, as I pulled the head off, fix the exhaust valve. Yeah, then I had the PCM failure where I had that check engine light with the internal memory codes. I had to go find myself a used PCM on eBay and mess around with trying to get that working with the used PCM in the VIN. And was just more annoying than anything, but all these little things added up, and what I ended up putting into the car was pretty much $2,300 at the end of it, which, yeah, I didn't get much more than that when I sold it. Now, let's get to that part right now. When I sold the car, actually, you know what? Let's roll this into tip number 2 that I learned. This is probably the most important one, I'd say. I mean, there'll always be a gamble, no matter what you do, no matter what you buy to flip, it's always a gamble. But number 2, buy a car that's desirable. Wilma, PT Cruiser. No, you got the real oddball people who for some reason like them and have owned them for 20 or 15 years, however long they've been making them, and they love these things. But it's so far and few in between. So, Toyota Corollas, Honda Civics, Acura ELs, the stuff that people know are good cars and they're desirable cars. So if you could even, I bought Wilma for $1,000. Had I spent maybe $1,800, I could have bought a broken, Acura or Honda or Toyota or something like that. And people are actually out there right now, because of gas prices, looking for 4-cylinder cars that they want to buy to get around for cheap. And they want old beaters because things are tight nowadays. And PT Cruisers, I put it in for, I think originally $4,900 on Marketplace and Craigslist, and it was nothing, crickets, and finally I had it down to $3,200, and then finally somebody came yesterday. 2 people actually came to look at it. First guy almost bought it, second guy bought it for $2,700. So I made about $411, which I bought this nice camera that I'm filming on right now, kind of leading up to this, and it was supposed to pay for that, plus a few tools that I'll need. Yeah, didn't quite work out. Had I not had the cylinder head problem and the PCI problem, I would have made about $900, because that's, a little bit more respectable. But I think if there's going to be tip number 3, I think that tip would be try to aim for $1,500 profit, no matter what, $1,000 at the minimum. Because when I do the math, $411, I probably put 30 hours into this project. I'm thinking, just a guess. I didn't really keep track of time. I made $13 an hour. So I could have just, gone and swept a floor in a warehouse and made more per hour. But it wouldn't have been so much fun, right? Wouldn't have been as much fun. So I guess there's that. That's worth something as well. So anyway, those are my tips. Number 1, expect a gamble. Expect that there's going to be other things that you need to factor in. Number 2, go for a desirable car. When you see a PT Cruiser or a Dodge Neon or K-Car or like some piece of junk, people are not looking for these cars to buy. They're not, just simply are not. And number 3, you want your minimum money you're making to be minimum $1,000, preferably $1,500. That makes it worthwhile at the end of the day. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to you, or at least mildly entertaining. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell beside the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.